Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and welcome to Tales Unlimited Anthologizer, episode number 39. This is the first of a weekly set of podcasts about short stories I've done during that week. So, since last Sunday, I've produced 3 short stories. Put them together. They all need polishing down the road. I just want to create them, beginning, middle, and a good rough draft. 2 I'll use. 1, nah. It's got potential, but no. So the first one's called The Wrong Name. Tried working on it last week and I tweaked it. What if you had 2 guys whose last names are Burns working for an evil white-collar corporation, playing with stock games, manipulations, fraud, stuff like that. And one Burns, B-U-R-N-S, Simon, he is about to do some serious whistleblowing. And his other guy, Seymour Burns, E.S., he is quietly penning a graphic novel with his wife under a different pen name. And at the same time, he is doing rather well on his day job at this company. Has no idea that they're corrupt and doing all these horrible things because he's in a different department. And, the whistleblower goes to the SEC, specific agent, dumps his evidence, says, hey, this is what's going on. I'll happily testify. And the SEC guy is on the payroll of the evil corporation. And he says, hey, there's this guy about to snitch on you. And he's like, okay, give us a name. He gives them the wrong name. So Seymour and his comic book making wife and his 2 adorable children are murdered. Well, someone tries to murder them. The way I'm thinking it now, I'm thinking that someone actually kills all of them. I was going to have it that he survived, got framed for the murder, dies in prison 5 years later. You know what? They all die. I'm making that call right now. So the 4 of them die. It looks like a domestic murder-suicide thing. And that should have been that. But the year after, the graphic novel drops. Since it's under a pen name, no one knows. And another, and another, and another, until a studio's like, hey, I want to option this off. I want to buy. Okay, who owns the rights to this? What do you mean he's dead? His wife's dead. Okay, who owns this? Someone's dropping this every week, every year, like clockwork. And it's about a killer who is like let's say every 6 kills, one of them's paid, the other 5 are to stay in in tip-top form. Wink. So you may actually have a serial killer who every 6 kill does it for money. Let someone else call it kill, but the others are all his. And he's like a Sherlock Holmes and all this other stuff. And the question is this guy real? Or is he a fabrication? Was he conjured from the pages? You'll have to read the story to find out. But basically, there's some revenge going on here. That's one story. And that one is called The Wrong Name. The second one is called Blacke Minder. That's the one that's not going to work. It started off with, what would happen if you had an exorcism and it was a trap? Mommy and daddy are, oh my gosh, our daughter, she's possessed by some demon, help us. And a priest comes in and says, okay, normally when you do possessions, it's poor people. People who would not be missed, people who don't have resources. They're categorized as insane, but in reality, there's a demon in there doing demon-y stuff, right? These are rich people. Daddy's a billionaire. Mommy's a famous screenwriter. He smells a rat, so he calls in for backup. And then he shows up to do the exorcism, and it is a trap. Basically, the host does a summoning ritual and literally calls in demons who show up during the exorcism, trying to kill the priest. And the monster slayers, they have heavy weapons. It's not enough. They take some with them. And a minder comes down. Now, there's a family of law folk. It's like, not everybody, but a large number of them are cops. It's weird. So whether you're in Alaska or Alabama, somebody in your family circle is or was a cop. Because somebody blessed one ancestor a long time ago in the form of like a 10-star, like a sheriff saying, hey, as long as your bloodline are upholding the law, I will give you and your descendants power to basically fight evil, hunt monsters, kill them, and gives them all these powers to investigate, track down, resist, and kill monsters. And if everybody was to quit being cops right then and there, that power would fizzle out and never be retrievable. So, and this guy, he may have been a cop, he may wear a cop's badge, he may hunt for the Roman Catholic Church, but he is a brutal bastard, and he does unspeakable things. But the story just went off the rails. I like it though. And Blacke, Hitoshi Blacke, basically he is a samurai who ran across a vampire who needed a new body and interrupted the ritual where this vampire is going to push his soul out of his old body. And this was centuries ago. And Hitoshi ends up being a vampire slash samurai serving Japan, slaying monsters. And the Minder, who starts off in Chicago, his case leads him to Japan, and they're going to buddy up. But by the time I got him there, it just, no. But you know what? I like the backstory so much that I'm holding on to these two. Like, maybe I'll make them a team. Like, this is how they met. And maybe I'll put it in a book. Oh, yes. We'll call it Blacke and Minder. And the thing about the badge is, if you're the Minder of the badge and you die, it goes to someone else and they become the Minder. That's where the name comes from. So that one's a dud. And then the third one, started it yesterday in terms of putting it together, but I wrote it out in full today. You make a good video game. It doesn't pitch well as a story. I guess how I would say it is, what if aliens quietly took over the Earth? There was a serious war, planets were blown up, you have people, well, alien people, I should say, doing the refugee thing, looking for any habitable worlds to just chill in. And they quietly agree, let the world be itself, don't invade, just blend in. So they blend in, they cut up spheres of influence like sports, entertainment, research, military, crime, and you have an entire race just, or what's left of that race, taking that little slice of society for itself. Kind of like the Greek gods of old, right? Like a god of war, god of art, god of science, god of healing. And throughout all of this, there are these people who are called clean cut. The clean cuts are like, think mercenary, but held to a higher standard, almost like a paladin mercenary. They may do unspeakable things, but like they may rescue somebody, they may kill somebody, they may steal something, they may sabotage something, but they have very respected status, and they have rules that as long as they stick to those rules, they are protected. They can do all types of messy things to aliens who can't touch them because those same aliens might need that same clean cut next week. And this dude is having a long day. I just thought I'd just do like a day in the life of a clean cut. And oof, it got interesting. But at the same time, I would rather write it as a book than a short story, because the short story itself took too long to develop. Of course, what I did with the ending kind of just makes it all moot. But those are the three. And I'm only going to use two of them. And that's it for today. I'm Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited Anthologizer, episode number 39. I will kick off the next one next Sunday. At least 2 short stories. Wish me luck. Have a nice week.